Hey, it's Ace. Welcome to Project Zomboid, build 42. So this is a new area on the map, a new point of interest, and I stopped by here briefly driving by the other day. I kind of came in the back way through the woods up here. It's a lakefront house. It shows on the interactive web map as Lake House, which is kind of non-descriptive for what it is. I zoomed in on it on the map, and I was like, well, it looks pretty cool. So I was driving by, and I came in through the woods and checked it out. And I didn't really get much farther than the front lawn. And I realized that it's like a bunch of people set up a little compound, on the side of the lake here in the woods, and decided they were going to ride out the apocalypse. And then, of course, one night they're out gathering some lettuce for salad or something, and a zombie comes through and bites one of them, and that's all she wrote. So I stopped in and I was like, wow, this is really a project, and I'm not this isn't why I'm here. So I went ahead and went back out to the main road and headed off and kept doing what I was on the run to do. But it's been eating at me to come back and move there to make that the spot. If you look at the map, it's more or less in the center of the map. It's on a major road. I was really liking the tire store over here in West Point, but there's new content over on the west end, and I just it's I'm looking for something different. I'm still pretty new to the game, kind of new, but not too much, and so this is really, I haven't been able to put this out of my mind to come here and make this farm be what I think the original folks intended. So we're at the front gate. We're going to come in the front door instead of the back door this time. One, because I want to see what the front road looks like, and two, because we're driving the big truck and it just doesn't maneuver through tight spaces well. So we're going to come in through the front door, and we're going to check out what's going to become Tripura Farm. So come along for the journey. I hope you enjoy it. I hope that we can actually get through there, because I don't think we can. I wonder if we can drive over those. This may be the very first challenge. All right, well, there we go. Oh, this truck does not like driving over this. There we go. A little better. A little worse. I think it's every time I cross a plant, it says, oh, you're hung up on the plant. So, yeah. Yeah, it's the plants. All right, so I got to come through and keep the road clear, looks like. I want to be able to come in and out of here. The eventual plan would be to go and cut a road up to that area where I came in from originally, because it's such a short cut to get in and out of the property. It's just going to be some work to cut through the forest and put a nice road in there. I grew up in a mountain community, and so trees and snow and stuff are sort of part of my DNA. Curious. I'm looking forward to seeing what this area is going to look like in the winter. I think we're going to use this front road as little as possible, because it's going to be a real bear to keep that clean. Certainly no shortage of places to hunt out here and trap. And it's right on the water, so there's going to be plenty of fishing, of course. Once we get the road put in, pretty easy to get out onto that road and get to more or less anywhere within a couple of in-game hours. The bushes really slow the truck down. That's part of the game mechanic, I guess. Simulating what would happen if you drove a giant off-road vehicle over the top of a bush. Well, I'm not simulating it very well. No Zeds at all yet. That's heartening. Forward to the forest being a relatively quiet place where you don't have to worry about them being on the front lawn. There's a radio tower outside of Riverside, and I was reading forum posts about that location. Somebody had said that they'd based there. There's a huge perimeter fence on it. And different forum post was talking about the pathing algorithm for the zombies and how you could fence off a really significant area. Like they did a big chunk of Louisville and said it was effective, that you'd have no Zeds, as long as you had random spawning turned off, that no Zeds would actually migrate into the space based on the pathing, based on the way they did the pathing for migrations. And so the person who was at the radio tower said, yeah, there's virtually no traffic there at all, and I haven't gone and fixed the fence, but they were seeing no activity up there. So I'm hopeful that here at the farm, with so much buffer room around, that we'll see no traffic as well on the Zeds, but it'd be nice to be able to work outside without having to constantly have my finger on the run button. So this is what I'd call the side, oops, looking off to the side. This is what I'd call the side gate, I guess, not the main entrance. We're going to come in the main entrance. So there's a crafting area set up. See, there's farming areas. Here's the gate I came in on before. Came in through before. Went into the farm area and picked some watermelons and some pumpkins, and then I said, all right, this is, you know, when I hit 60 kilos of watermelon, like immediately. Can you imagine the garbage truck coming in here and getting their garbage and the mail? Mail guy coming in. So anyways, yeah, I figured I was going to see you pretty soon. All right, now let's go get real. And for some livestock, while I was driving around, doing exactly the same trip that I did to come out to, and where I found this, found a couple animal trailers, one which has pigs in it and one which has chickens. So we've got some pigs and chickens ready to come out here. Oh, so I was picking those watermelons, and then I hit 60 kilograms of watermelon, which was just like in no time, of course. I said, all right, I can't do this. Try and kite all of these guys to the same location and put a grave out here for them. Yeah, that hurt, didn't it? But you're angry about that. Actually, I bet you're angry about turning into a zombie. That's gotta suck, man. Full disclosure, I do have a mod installed that lets me respawn, rather, if I die, with my skills and so on. So this game is not about seeing how long I can survive. It's about refurbishing this space. That being said, I've been alive for 2 months and 17 days, which would happen to be the number of days since the start of the game, which was July 1st. I moved it from July 6th or whatever to the 1st. So, no deaths yet, and certainly the goal is to have no deaths, but if one does come along, I'm not going to let that derail this. So, what you'll see here, and you'll see, survived for, well, less than that amount to July 1st. So it'll be obvious when I do have a death, and, but none yet, so here we go. Really tough to move bodies in this one. So, starting to think more about where I killed them, so I don't have to drag them so far. We've got a well out here, good. Get into the lake. Oh, beautiful house. They did a nice job on this. Completely different look. Than all the other structures I've seen here in the game so far. Come on, dude. So that looks like a charcoal pit. Making coal, looks like a coal maker pit. See a board. Smelter. Wood for years, obviously. I know. Trust me, you guys. We're gonna make this look good. It's gonna be what you originally intended, plus a little bit extra. I think I like cars a little more than you all did, so there'll probably be a little better space for working on cars. But otherwise, it's going to be just fine. Yeah, we just hit 8 o'clock tonight. To get out here early, did. But things and stuff. Stuff and things happen on the way. Things. So here we are doing this. Wow, what is that? Railroad spike? That is a monster. Of course, the bread knife is so long that it's like a bread sword, I call it. So I guess it's no surprise that... Oh, broken baseball bat. That's what that is. I didn't even check the interactive map to see if this place has a basement. That's it. It's going to have a secret basement bunker. Like the drug mansion in 7 days to die. Like a huge underground facility here. These guys were all national security contractors. There's top secret government lab underneath the thing. That's close. Ooh, that was a little close. Yeah, endurance is starting to get down there. Really good time to come and take a break real quick. It's your breath. There it is. More of a population here than I was expecting. I guess I didn't know what I was expecting. Who knows what you're going to find. I like that table. It's like 2 strips of fresh bacon. You said we found a pig trailer and a chicken trailer, so now we have eggs and bacon. That's what I'm talking about. Just like that, fresh eggs and bacon. Fillet knife. Where are you? Come on, it's nighttime. You're supposed to be a little peppier. I do not think you would accept my help, but I'm only waiting here to kill you. Yes, that does put a damper on our relationship. May be the last of the ones that were hunting me down. Nope. Nope. We're going to go in the passenger door from now on. This seat is not accessible from the outside. Water is going to become a thing here pretty soon. I think I'm running out. In fact, I think I am out. So let's take a look at Pumpkins outside. We've got sodas. I thought I brought an extra big jug of water, but I'm guessing it's in a different vehicle. Got a rabbit head. Yeah, you can see what we stopped and did. We was driving along the tracks, I guess, last night and ran over a couple rabbits. So driving back today, I watched the truck bounce over the top of them, and I was like, what the? Stopped and butchered them, mostly just to get them off the tracks, but it's probably not even worth keeping because they're just rotting right there in my hands. So let's drop all this off to the side, clear up the inventory, clear up the encumbrance. And, you know, don't have rotting rabbit in our hands. It's probably better. Didn't touch our thirst that much. We're out of 2 liters. So we'll sleep and for a chance to dream, and tomorrow morning, I think they'll leave us alone. Tomorrow morning we'll go ahead and push into the structure and find a sink. Yeah, I figured something was going to freak us out during the night. Oh, freak out. They freak. So cheap. Beautiful, 6:30 in the morning. When you exit from this seat in the P19, you end up coming out here back. It's an escape hatch. Watch as I exit, you'll see this little escape hatch open up on the roof. There in that corner. Like that. Canoe paddle. Hey, cool. There we go. Anything in... Look at this. There's garlic. Goobies. Sweater vest. Oh, it's a perfectly good sweater vest. Why'd you throw that away? You will happily eat trash can jujubes. Those in the trash can for the garbage guy to pick up. Alright, water situation needs to be solved, but we're doing okay for the immediate future. Look at the coffins. Nice. Well, there we go then. If we can get these two pulled together. Nope. For the Super 1 special. I know, you guys were dressing up. Probably partners. I apologize. Just matching clothes. Oh, you saw me coming. You were sandbagging me. I see how it is. Come on over here. Finish off that whole grave coffin thing you guys were working on. Don't go breaking your door. can't open it. Well, I guess you're gonna break it. I don't want to kill you inside. A phone. Nice. Come on, dude. Kill you inside. Got to drag you all the way out. Blood trail on the floor. Did you just break a window instead of coming out through the open door? Dude, now you're just being rude. You can break the other window now too, huh? I have to fix that window. Seriously, dude, you look like you belong in Palm Springs, man. Bryce. You knew he was going to have a name like Bryce Champion. Hey, dressed in his sporting outfit, totally ready to head to the golf course. Okay, we got a welding rig. Good. Not that those work, but you know, got all this piping. Cool. What? Hello. Having trouble sort of figuring out the space here. Oh, it's the bathroom. Okay. There's a door somewhere that she's gonna break. So we need to go down around the front of this building. I want to say down, but I mean, it looks like it's down, but obviously it's not. It's all on level 0. Nice champion. He's a bit of a mover. All right, let's see if I can figure this out here. Oh, yeah, broke the door. Okay, I see it. Come on. Yeah. Come out here and join all your friends. Come out here and hang out with Bryce. Bryce says he misses you. Alright, you and Bryce. That is a tiny little garage. Cool little mudroom. Oh, check this out. Nice. Ice cream. You have ice cream for me and ice cream sandwiches. Totally. Loving it. More ice cream. Man, there's ice cream for days here. That's a cool room. I like that. Real seats. All right, so we need to check the upstairs, and we need to check the tool shed, work shed, workshop. Look at that garage. You know, the icing on the cake, the icing on the ice cream cake would be a sledgehammer, because I have not been able to find one of those yet. Actually, while I was driving past this place originally, going over to Riverside to the factory to hit the warehouse there, because I've always found a sledgehammer there, but not this time. Press. Bench vise. Drill press, I'm thinking. Sharpening wheel. Board. Well pump. Not operable, apparently. Alright, I hear you. Where are you? Like a little hole in the gate. Slide it open. What's the password? It's a low fence, so they can go right over that, unfortunately. To replace that with high fence. Now if there's a shortage of lumber out here, plenty of that. This fish cleaning area. It was a terrible spot. Great fishing spot. So many freezers, man. This place is going to be a bear to keep powered up once the power goes out. It is really any time now, probably. We're going to have to do some serious consolidation. More ice cream, of course. More ice cream. Hey, hello. There's ice cream everywhere. Now you look like you belong out here. Like Bryce. We're gonna keep Bryce's ID. Bryce is gonna become part of the lore of Tripura. Second floor. Jeez, this place is kitted out. Good bed, of course. Expect nothing less. Suitcase with a bra and a Hawaiian shirt. Really all you need, isn't it? No, got a key. I think we've got the keys to the house here now, finally. A well-stocked infirmary somewhere. A walk-in closet, of course. Beautiful. Satan's puppets. The truth behind the what? What was that? Satan's puppets, the truth behind the largest churches. Saw in the news today that Pope Francis passed away today. Another, oh, that's the kitchen. That's the another wood stove. Wood stoves everywhere. Stove in that room. Got a wood stove in the kitchen, of course. More ice cream? You know there is. Oh, there's our, oh yeah, water. How about that water thing I was going to do? How about that? There's a third floor too. So many containers, so much stuff to explore. Spinning wheel, nice. Of course. Another wood stove in the office, ham radio. Yeah, these folks were set for the long haul. Shame that it didn't work out. No library yet. I would expect a library of skill books. But, I mean, the devs can only give us so much of a Christmas present, right? One's upstairs, another wood stove. I thought it was just a pole. I'm like, and this is the pole dancing room. Got a washer dryer combo. Yes, place is going to be a bear to keep powered up. If there's a actual game benefit to using coffins. Those are decorative. See what the prop situation is, see if anything is about to expire that we should pick real quick. I'm thinking that this loaded when I first came here, which is why the crops were harvestable, but now, of course, time has gone by. So most of the stuff here is probably going to be dead. I'll keep the harvest icon on here and see if we can harvest stuff before it figures out that it should be dead, because I think that's what happened just back there a moment ago. Probably some punch loading issues, but we're getting cauliflower out of it. So, favorite crop, but what are you going to do? It's edible. Probably wait for it to actually finish the harvesting up. This place would be a great spot to go to when you first start the game. And it's basically just set right there. Sunflower seeds. Hops. Hemp. Yep, we're just gonna come out here into the woods and farm ourselves some hemp in the apocalypse. Put the stuff in the fridge. I love that refrigeration room. That's awesome. So much capacity here. I don't see a machine, I don't see a bandsaw. Definitely some machine stuff that I don't see, but we can probably just forge those. Whoops. This is a fridge, freezer, boom, boom, boom. Let's start with the 39 capacity in each space. So chest freezers have the same. These in this chest freezer with the ice cream that we're about to eat right now because we are so out of calories. To take care of this little happiness problem we have over here too. Trying to freeze a watermelon. So many nooks and crannies I'm going to have to explore. So many storage pieces. around the property that I need to clean up and consolidate. Cut the grass, mow the lawn, get some graves dug. Build some fences. Probably just extend this fence out to the water right here. Let's go walk that out and see if that happens. Afraid this was going to be really tough to fence, but now I'm starting to think maybe not, actually. Yeah, so we'll just extend that fence out to the water. That'll be easy enough, especially since we're going to have trees the whole way to give us the wood to do it. Extend that fence out. Boom, hit the water right there. This outside fence is short fence, I think. Yeah, this is all short fence, so we're going to have to replace that with tall fence out here to the road. Boom, boom, and then we'll bring that down with tall fence, and there you've got your compound. There's a nice area for a garage shop right here attached to this one. And we can bring the animal pens down to the water. I don't know if they drink out of the water, but I presume that they do. I think they do. We'll bring the pens out there, extend this area so we could have this all be animals, and then farming right here. Let's give a shout. See if we can get anybody else to come and say hi. Truck in. That'll do it if anything does. Let's grab a book and read for a minute while we wait for anybody else to come and say hi. Sadness taken care of. We're a little bit peckish. We're a little bit weighed down. How'd that get off my webbing? Where did it go? I'm missing a canteen. Let's talk about graves. Let's talk about graves, baby. Talk about burying thee. Oh, gosh, I really don't want to drag bodies too far. I don't even know that I have a shovel with me. Would imagine they have a shovel on the property. Sort of killing time, waiting for anybody else to show up that's going to. Before we get down to the nitty-gritty. Yeah, I hear you. Come on. I called. There you are. Yeah, well, I can't have you out on the main road. I don't want to. You're not a speed bump. That's a sturdy, astounding gate, isn't it? It does look like the kind of gate where you'd look through and go, password? The welding is just for show, which is a shame. Little bonsai. Cute. Hey, there we go. Some graves up along this row right here, where they're more or less hidden by the building, would be good. The same token, I could run along here. I want to put a garage or something in here, so maybe not. See if there's a way to move bodies without actually dragging them by hand the whole way. Well, we're coming up on an hour. I think that this is the meat of the farm, Tripura, the first episode coming in, checking things out. I think next of all is to go ahead and bring some containers here. I'm going to have to clean that road up, get the shrubs off so that I can actually drive up and down it without getting slowed down every time. But the next episode, we'll see I've got 3 containers from KI5's mod containers, exclamation point. And those are pretty much full of stuff from a whole bunch of tearing cars apart, doing chop shop in Riverside. So we've got car parts, we've got sheet metal, we've got just stuff. Plenty of seeds, so the farm is definitely going to get a workout. So the next episode, I will go ahead and bring the containers here. They'll be waiting here, and we'll get a few of the vehicles here, and we'll begin the process of actually moving in earnest. I hope that you'll come back for that. This is Ace. I'll see you then. Welcome to Tripura. I hope you enjoy the ride. Bye-bye.